Okay, hello my dear friend again. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Buyucan, and in my channel I love to talk about life in Canada, how to be a permanent resident in Canada, and how to apply in Canada. So today's topic, I'm going to share to you about how you sponsor your husband or wife here in Canada. So if you just married outside Canada, or if you have the plan to marry your wife, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend outside Canada in the future, then this topic is for you, my dear friend. Okay, so what I share to you is based on my own experience when I sponsor my husband Maurice to come in Canada. So anyway, let's talk about sponsor. Sponsor is the husband or the wife who is 18 years old, who is a permanent resident in Canada or a Canadian citizen. Okay, so we have the primary applicant. The primary applicant is the one who is going to be sponsored to come in Canada, either your husband or your wife. Okay, so at this time of pandemic, immigration announced that they still going to process and accepting applicants to sponsor your husband or wife. So if in case your application is incomplete because you cannot able to complete the application because of this pandemic, what you're going to do is you have to make a detailed letter of explanation, and you're going to attach in your documents that you're going to promise that after, when everything is okay, when probably the pandemic or the COVID-19 getting better, then that's the time you complete all the documents. Okay, so anyway, for the immigration, once they accept your documents, and if it is incomplete, they still process your application, but they will give you 90 days to complete whatever documents is missing. Okay, so by the time we hope everything is okay, so you have the chance to complete your documents. So anyway, we have two categories of spousal sponsorship. We have the inland sponsorship and outland sponsorship. So the inland sponsorship is the primary applicant must live with the sponsor in Canada. Okay, so during this processing of time, it is not recommended that you're going to leave Canada, because you can leave Canada, but the possibility is if you apply to re-entry in Canada, they might not approve you for re-entry visa. So, and that's the time the sponsor is going to apply again for your sponsorship. So as much as possible, you stay here in Canada while your the processing of your applicant is on the process. Okay, so the outland sponsorship, the primary applicant reside outside Canada. So the outland sponsorship is either a permanent resident or Canadian citizen. Okay, so if you are a permanent resident in Canada, you are going to stay in Canada and don't leave Canada while your application is on the process. But if you are Canadian citizen, you can able to leave Canada, you can stay outside Canada while the processing of your sponsorship is ongoing. But you have to prove for the Canadian immigration that you are going to stay in Canada once the approval of your sponsorship of your husband or wife is approved. You have to prove to them that you are going to stay in Canada in the future. Okay? Okay, so what are the eligibility as a sponsor? You must not seek a government help like your illness, or you're not healthy enough to sponsor your husband or wife. Okay, and you didn't commit any crime. So the good thing for this is as a sponsor in Canada, the good thing for spousal sponsorship, you don't need to have a high income, no minimum income is required. Okay, just to prove, just attach to your application the letter of employment, tax assessment, and the latest pay stub, which I did that when I submitted to my husband's sponsorship. Okay, so remember to, as a sponsor, you sign a liabilities that you are responsible to provide the basic needs of your husband or wife for 3 years in case once your husband or wife arrive in Canada. Okay, so as a sponsor, you are the one who responsible to take care of your husband or wife once they arrive in Canada. The basic needs, the clothing, food, medication, dental, something like that. So just in case your marriage didn't work without like in 3 years your marriage broke up, so your husband or your wife go and seek help from the government, help like finance. So whatever the government spend for your husband or wife, you as the sponsor is going to pay back the government. Whatever they spend money to your husband or your wife, you're the one who's going to pay back the government. So that's how it works. Okay, so we are hoping your marriage is going to be good enough and healthy enough once your sponsorship is approved. Okay, because it's going to be a headache and it's not easy. Okay, you have to enjoy for your husband and wife once you bring your husband and wife in Canada. Okay, so the processing time between 12 months to between 6 to 12 months. But for me, when I sponsor my husband, is like the time I submitted the application until the approval is like 6 months. But when you have to make it sure, because when you submit your application, you have to very carefully make it sure you completed all the documents. Okay, because what happened was, if the documents is incomplete, it will return it back to you, your application. And that's what happened to me. That's why it takes for 6 months. Because if everything is okay, some of the people or my friend that I know, it was been approved for like 4 months or 5 months. Okay, so try to complete as much as you can, and all the document that you have to fill it up. If don't leave it empty. If it is empty or blank, you always say not applicable. Okay, so you have to detail all the documents you're going to sign in. Okay, so in the application fee, the primary applicant, you're going to pay 1,050 Canadian dollar, and if you're sponsoring your children, is 150 Canadian dollar for each children. Okay, so what you're going to provide for your application is you have to provide your picture, the letter overseas you receive when you are boyfriend or girlfriends, because you have to prove, because in Canada they are very strict about that. Okay, like you have to prove the time of your during the time of your relationship. You prove the pictures, the time you go eat in a restaurant, you have to prove a receipt, you have to attach to the application. And when you go eat in a restaurant or you go sleep in a hotel, you keep all those receipts, because you're going to need when you attach in your application. Okay, they are so much strict about that, because before in Canada, the people are doing scam for the marriage scam, you know, a fake marriage. They make it like a business. So what happened? You have to prove everything. So when you are a permanent resident in Canada or Canadian citizen who going to visit your girlfriend or boyfriend in outside Canada, whatever expenses you use to your girlfriend or your boyfriend, keep all the receipt. Okay, you go sleep in a hotel, get the receipt. Whatever receipt you keep, so you can attach to your applications once you sponsor your husband and wife. And I did that to my husband too. Okay, so anyway, like for example, if immigration is happy for everything what you submitted to them, they are happy enough, because they will check everything. It's not scam, it's legally you married your husband, then that's the time they will approve your application form. Okay, so everything has to be legal, and the documents has to be legal. Whatever country where you married, there's always like a notary or red ribbon. You have to attach everything. So yeah, that's what I did to my husband. So now my husband is here with me, and we have 3 children, beautiful children. So I'm happy for that. Life is good and God is good. And now we are driving away again, just to get out from the city where we live in Calgary. We're just driving, going to the mountains. So yeah, during summertime, that's how we spend time. So we're just trying to make ourselves like stress-free during our days off. So yeah, my husband's days off actually. So, and it's our long weekend, the 2nd day of August. So yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. So if you have any questions, just comment down below. If you have any questions for sponsoring your wife or your husband to come in Canada, just comment down below and ask me more about the information, because when I process my husband, I never go to agency. What you're going to do is go to the Canadian website. They have the package for sponsoring your husband or wife. Just follow step by step and provide every document, okay? When I process my husband, it takes me for 2 months to fill up all the documents, because you're going to attach everything. My husband is going to provide all his information in back home, and then we gather all the documents and everything. It's not easy, okay? It's very stressful. But take it easy, slow down, and keep all the receipt with you. And then when times to sponsor your wife, and then you have all the documents to attach, okay? So yeah, don't have to spend your money to pay some people to do all your documents for you, because it's just you can do it by yourself, okay? So that's what the best advice I can give you. So if you have any more questions, just ask me, and I'll try my best to help you as much as I can, okay? So thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'm going to share you a lot of information about in Canada. So thank you so much, and God bless you, and bye bye. I'm happy my kids are sleeping, so I'm here sharing you all my ideas. So thank you. My first son is not sleeping, but he's behaving. So anyway.
Then I saw a police.
Yeah, so yeah, thank you so much, and bye bye.